Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Wednesday, March 23rd, and this is the NBA DFS video for today. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a quick little recap of yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out, talking about the injuries in play for tonight's slate. I believe it is a 9-game slate overall, and then going over my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for tonight as well. So without further ado, we'll get into it with the recap of yesterday's picks. We're going to start off on the DraftKings side. We had point guard, we had Alex Burks, $5,600, looking for 28 points at him. Got to 35.25, so he was a hit yesterday. Noah Julius Randle helped out this Knicks team quite a bit overall in terms of fantasy production. Then in shooting guard, we had Zach LaVine, $7,500, looking for 38 points on. We got to 38.25, so he was a hit as well. Then in small forward, we had RJ Barrett, $7,600, looking for 38 points on. We got to 54.25, so he was a really good hit yesterday. Then at power forward, stuck with Pat Connaughton, $3,700. Looking for, 18, 19 points on. He got 26.25, so he was a good hit as well. Then last but not least, we had Clint Capella, $6,400. Looking for 32 points on. He got to 14.5. He was a miss. He played 29 minutes. He shot once, made that shot. Not a lot of rebounds, not a lot of blocks, which you're kind of looking for out of Clint Capella, so just a bad day for him overall. But 4 out of the 5 on the DraftKings side. Can't really complain too much there. Then on the FanDuel side, we had Alex Burks once again, $5,200. Looking for 26 points on. We got to 36.2, so he was a hit as well. And then at shooting guard, we had Will Barton, $4,400. Looking for 22 points on. We got to 18.8, so he was a miss. Maybe not one that killed you too bad overall. Just didn't do a whole heck of a lot yesterday, even though he did play the minutes. And then in small forward, we had RJ Barrett once again, $7,200. Looking for 36 points on. He got to 51.1. He was a really good hit yesterday. Then at power forward, we had Danilo Gallinari, $4,800. Looking for 24 points on. He got to 25.5, so he was a hit as well. Then last but not least, we had Nikolai Vucevic here at $6,900. Looking for 35 points on. We got to 32.4. He was a miss. No, probably not one that killed you too bad yesterday, but a miss nonetheless. So 3 out of 5 on the FanDuel side, 4 out of 5 on the DraftKings side, 7 out of 10 overall, which is kind of the flatline goal that we aim for the day, but obviously you still like to do better than that most days as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over into the injuries in play for tonight's slate. So once again, it is a 9-game slate. We do have 3 games tipping off right away at 7 o'clock tonight. So the Atlanta Hawks are without John Collins once again. Lou Williams and Skylar Mays both ended up missing yesterday. Both are listed as questionable today, so we'll see if they play tonight or not. Then for the Detroit Pistons, they're without Hamidou Diallo, Frank Jackson, and Chris Smith. And then Isaiah Livers listed as a game-time decision. We'll see if he plays tonight or not. Obviously, he's been getting a little bit more minutes as of late. For Sacramento Kings, Terrence Davis, Domantas Sabonis are both out, and then De'Aaron Fox is listed as doubtful. So there's going to be some value on this Kings team overall tonight. And then for the Pacers, TJ McConnell and Miles Turner are both listed as out. Isaiah Jackson, Chris Duarte, and Tyrese Halliburton all listed as questionable. I do not see TJ Warren's name here, so I just want to see what's up with him, whether or not he got ruled out for the season or if he's expected to make his return tonight. Okay, so it was announced that TJ Warren will not be playing for the rest of the year, so he is officially out for the season. So that's kind of what's up with TJ Warren, so that's why he's not on the injury list at this point in time anymore. That's kind of unfortunate for him since obviously he has not played for quite some time. Then for the Knicks, we have Derrick Rose out, Nerlens Noel doubtful, and then Julius Randle listed as questionable. He ended up missing last night. For the Charlotte Hornets, Gordon Hayward is out once again. Moving down to the Utah Jazz, we got Daniel House, Bojan Bogdanovic, and Udoka Azubuike all out once again. So not too many changes there at this point in time. For the Boston Celtics, Marcus Smart and Robert Williams are both expected to return tonight. For the Golden State Warriors, they're without Steph Curry, Andre Iguodala, and James Wiseman, so no real changes there. For the Miami Heat, they're without Gabe Vincent, and then we do have Victor Oladipo, Caleb Martin, Tyler Hero, and Jimmy Butler. All this is questionable for tonight's game. We'll obviously have to keep an eye out on that one throughout the day. For the Brooklyn Nets, they are without LaMarcus Aldridge and Ben Simmons. Goran Dragic is doubtful to play tonight, and then Seth Curry is questionable. He did end up rolling his ankle the last time out. For the Memphis Grizzlies, Ja Morant and Killian Tilly are both out once again tonight, so we will see Tyus Jones in that starting lineup once again. Should be a pretty good value there. Then for the Phoenix Suns, Cam Johnson, Frank Kaminsky, Lundberg, Chris Paul, and Dario Saric are all out once again, so no real changes there. For the Timberwolves, Jaden McDaniels is out once again. Karl Anthony Towns listed as a game-time decision, but he did end up playing in that last game. For the Orlando Magic, Markelle Fultz and Jalen Suggs are both out tonight. Wendell Carter and Gary Harris both listed as questionable to play, so there could be a little bit of value opening up on this Magic team overall. For the Oklahoma City Thunder, Derek Favors, Josh Giddey, Jerome Robinson, Earl, and Kenrich Williams are all out once again. Olivier Sarr and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander both questionable for tonight's game as well. Then for the Houston Rockets, just use Garoba and John Wall out once again tonight, so no changes there. For the Dallas Mavericks, Davis Bertans, Luka Doncic, Tim Hardaway, and Teo Pinson are all out tonight. So obviously the newest one and the biggest one there is going to be Luka Doncic. Should be some value on this Dallas Mavericks team, whether it's Spencer Dinwiddie, Jalen Brunson, Reggie Bullock, Dorian Finney-Smith. Could be any one of those guys tonight. For the Philadelphia 76ers, they're all the way healthy tonight. And then for the Lakers, Anthony Davis, Kendrick Nunn, both out. And then LeBron James and Talen Horton-Tucker, both listed as questionable. Horton-Tucker did end up missing that last game. Then we move down to the last game of the night, which is the Spurs and the Portland Trailblazers. For the Spurs, Romeo Langford, Doug McDermott, and Lonnie Walker all out tonight. Keita Bates-Diop. This is a game-time decision, but expected to play. Then for the Portland Trailblazers, we have Eric Bledsoe, Josh Hart, Didi Lozada, Joseph Nurkic, and Anthony Simons all out once again. Greg Brown, this is a game-time decision, but expected to play. So obviously Josh Hart being out is probably the biggest one at this point in time. But with that being said, that's a quick little rundown on all the injuries in play for tonight's slate. Definitely a few things we'll be watching out for throughout the day. I'll be posting injury updates throughout the day down in the comments, so definitely be sure you're checking that out as well. But with that being said, we'll get moving over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. So we're going to start off with the point guard position with Tyus Jones. He is $4,600. Looking for 23 points out, average about 19.5 on the season, but you can't really take that too much into effect since obviously he is in the starting lineup with Ja Morant out once again tonight. Currently I'm projected for 28 points. Then at shooting guard we have Davion Mitchell for the Sacramento Kings. Looks like no De'Aaron Fox once again tonight, no Domantas Sabonis as well. $5,200, looking for 26 points out of him. Got him projected for 28 points, but he has shown upside for more as recently as the last game. Then we move down to the small forward position with his teammate Harrison Barnes. He's $5,500, looking for 28 points out, averaging almost 30 on the season. Currently having projected for 29 points tonight. Probably going to be that main point scorer for the Kings since everybody else that scores points is typically out for them tonight. So Harrison Barnes is definitely somebody that we'll have some interest in once again tonight. Then at power forward going with Chuma Okeke, $4,200. Looking for 21 points at him, averaging about 21.5 on the season so far. I don't think Wendell Carter Jr. ends up playing in this game, and if that's the case, Chuma Okeke probably ends up in the starting lineup and looks pretty good. Currently I'm projected for 23 points, but definitely has some upside for more as well. Then last but not least, we have Damon Jones at that center position, $3,700. Looking for 19 points at him. No Domantas Sabonis right now or for the foreseeable future, so Damon Jones probably in that starting lineup once again. Getting you right around 21 points tonight. So definitely looking like a solid value on tonight's slate once again. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the DraftKings side, you have $26,800 remaining, just over $8,900 per player. So you can definitely pay up for a start if it's something you want to do. And then kind of mix and match from there. Or if you want to take a little bit more balanced approach, that's definitely fine as well on tonight's 9-game slate. But with that being said, we'll move over to FanDuel and talk about my picks over there as well. So we're going to start off at the point guard position once again with Tyus Jones. $4,300, still a very cheap price tag on the FanDuel side. Looking for 22 points out of Tyus Jones tonight. Got him projected for about 26, 27 tonight. Going to be another good game for him. There's still no Ja Morant in that starting lineup, so Tyus Jones is somebody I'd be very interested in as well. Davion Mitchell is somebody also to look at point guard tonight, obviously with no De'Aaron Fox, no Domantas Sabonis. But he's only eligible at point guard on the FanDuel side, so I can't mention both these guys as core picks, but you can definitely play both of them together if you really want to. Then at shooting guard, we're going with Jalen Brunson, $5,300. Looking for 27 points out, averaging 29 on the season. Obviously, no Luka Doncic tonight. A good matchup against the Houston Rockets. Jalen Brunson should have a very nice game once again tonight. Currently, I'm projected for 30 points, but definitely has some upside for more as well. Then we move down to the small forward position with Dillon Brooks, $4,800. Looking for 24 points out, averaging just over 20.5 on the season. Obviously, no Ja Morant in the lineup definitely helps out a guy like Dillon Brooks, who eats up a lot of usage, especially when Ja Morant is not playing. It's a guy that's probably going to get you 27 points tonight. Has a little bit upside for more. So at $4,800, I'm all in on Dillon Brooks, and it's not something I like saying since I am not a big fan of Dillon Brooks. The kind of player he is, the kind of person he is, and flopping in college and all that other stuff that he did when he was at Oregon. Then at power forward, we're going to go with Trey Lyles, $5,000, looking for 25 points at him. Can't really look at his season numbers too much, but should be in that starting lineup once again. Sacramento Kings are going to need a little bit of help tonight. Trey Lyles could end up being a guy that steps up in a big role tonight. Currently having projected for about 26, 27 points, so looking like a decent value at least early on tonight's slate. And then last but not least at the center position, we have Mo Bamba, $4,500. Looking for 22, 23 points out, averaging about 27 on the season, and he's been very up and down, up and down. Goes against the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight. Should be a favorable matchup there, although they've been relatively decent against centers. as of late for whatever reason in terms of fantasy production. But if there's no Wendell Carter Jr. tonight, Mo Bamba's probably going to play a couple extra minutes and probably play just a little bit better. So currently I'm projected for about 25 points. There is some upside for more there. There also is some downside for less as well. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the FanDuel side, you have $36,100 remaining, just over $9,000 per player. So you can probably pay up for 2 studs on tonight's slate if that's something you really want to do. Throw Davion Mitchell on there and then kind of go from there if that's really something you want to do. Or if you want to take a little bit more balanced approach, that's perfectly acceptable as well. But with that being said, these are my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for today, March 23rd. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on tonight's slate, whether it's on FanDuel or DraftKings. It might be one of the core 5 that I have for each site. It might be a completely different player that you guys think I missed. Definitely interested in hearing your guys' thoughts and seeing what you guys think for tonight's slate overall. And then, as always, I'll be listing all the injury updates, COVID news if there is any, and starting lineups down in the comments below, as well as my updated core about a half hour prior to lock. So definitely be sure you're checking that up, especially as we get closer to the lock. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. Helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at CoachCraigSports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you with your fantasy football teams. Going to be talking some Dynasty, going to be talking some NFL draft prospects. If you missed it last night, we went over some of the defensive fallers from the NFL Combine, so if you're in IDP leagues, definitely check that out. If you're just trying to look at some guys that maybe land on your real-life NFL team, they might not be quite as good as they were talked up to be. That could definitely be an episode there as well. But tomorrow night we'll be doing the defensive risers. So these are the guys from the Combine that really performed well and kind of helped improve their draft stock. And then with that being said, if you are a new or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily NBA DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.